Long before Solareth bathed the cosmos in light, before the moons Elarun and Azurith danced their eternal orbit, there was only stillness, silence, a breath held at the beginning of time. Then came Adonai, the all-knowing flame, the one before names. With breath forged from starlight and command carved from intention, Adonai spoke life into the void. From that divine utterance came the first 9, celestial dragons, born not of womb, but of will, silver, bronze, copper, steel, red, black, blue, green, and white. These were the Imperials, guardians of balance, watchers of the lay-threaded world that would become Celestara. They did not rule from thrones nor walk among the living. They moved through unseen veils, unbound by mortality, their bodies woven from raw magic and endless flame. From behind the twin veil of moons they observed. Every tree, every river, every newborn creature, every tremble of magic in the soil. Then came humans, fragile, flame-tempered, void of natural magic, yet multiplying, too swiftly, too loudly, with hungers too deep and minds that did not rest. The 9 gathered, each casting visions of what would come if the humans were left unchecked. They saw forests razed, ley lines bled dry, sacred sites defiled. Their voices, deep as thunder, shook the stars as they debated, unable to agree. But one truth burned brighter than their discord. They could not remain distant. So they wove a solution. Each dragon relinquished a scale, a fragment of their immortal essence, and laid it on a sacred altar carved into the bones of the world. Together they chanted in Surdrak Urumkel, the language that shaped reality. Ashe Korun Val Drak, Azur Vel Narum, Zarkun Teshra. We bless this becoming, born of soil, bound to flame. Let blood rise. Their power converged, a storm of color, sound, and soul. And when it settled, only one thing remained, a luminous egg, radiant gold, pulsing with life. Thus the golden dragon was born. Eons passed. The golden dragon walked between worlds, learning, observing, weeping. What it saw disturbed even its ancient soul, a race of contradiction. Humans capable of love that should heal kingdoms and cruelty that could devour them whole. The Golden One returned to the 9 with knowledge heavy as sorrow. Adonai listened. And in a second act of divine mercy, Adonai granted the Imperials a gift: form. The dragons were given the power to take human shapes, to walk, to speak, to touch, to learn. But this gift bore a price. Their immortality was forfeit. They would reincarnate endlessly, never fully dragon, never wholly human. Forever torn between. The 10th, the golden, would share their fate. And thus began the cycle of descent. Before their fall, Celestara was wild and splintered. The elves hid in mist-wrapped sanctuaries, ancient and untouchable. The Oni clans, diverse as the stars, had begun to fracture, and humans, unchecked, flooded the realm in restless waves, waging war without purpose. Dragons had existed here too, but they were primal beasts, form-locked and bound to territory. When the Imperials descended, they tore the skies open with their arrival. The world felt them. Mountains bowed, rivers changed course, even the moons dimmed in reverence. They listened, they searched. They could find no single truth. So they began to breed, mixing blood with native dragons, and even in rare acts with the mortal races. From these unions came shifters, creatures who bore human skins but dragon hearts. The world changed. To preserve it, the Nine divided the realm. With Adonai's sanction, they gifted domains to each Imperial, one to the Oni, and a shared stewardship to the steel dragons and elves. The elves, ancient in magic, aligned with the Steel Clan, guardians of balance. Together they were entrusted with the recording of truth. They built sanctums of knowledge, vaults of memory. Their scribes walked among the clans and tribes, bearing witness. Today, 11 domains mark Celestara's sacred division. 8 for the Imperials, 1 for the Oni, 1 held in sacred unity by the Steel Clan and elves. To this day, no outsider enters Steel Elven territory uninvited. Their lands remain veiled by living enchantments, sacred songs, and blood rites older than empires. 3 times has the Golden One returned, 3 lives, 3 warnings. This is the era of the third. The flame reborn in mortal flesh walks again, and with her return, old wars will awaken. The dragons remember, the soil remembers, and beneath the surface, Ravakul stirs.